Just like the last few days, the bulk of the rainfall stayed up in the northern half of the state. Down here in South Louisiana, we were dealing once again with just a few of those spotty rain showers, and we didn't see too many of them, but generally they worked their way from south to north throughout the afternoon, and at this point we're drying out pretty quickly. Maybe a couple more drops of rainfall across South Louisiana as we go into the next couple of hours, but again, pretty much expecting to stay dry from here on out, at least in the early part of the night. Now that rainfall for the most part missed the rain buckets, so most of us not picking up anything. New Iberia did record 1/100th of an inch of rainfall, but obviously that's not a whole lot. What did not change today was the heat. We're still at 76 right now in the capital city. New Road's coming at 74, and Gonzales, you are at 73 degrees. And yes, that heat was out there in full force as we topped out at 82 degrees once again, just shy of that record of 84, but still that is 20 degrees above our average of 62 degrees. Not only was it very warm, but it was also muggy out there today with the muggy meter well into the humid range, and that's where it's going to stay out there tomorrow and into our Friday as well. So no major changes on the muggy meter. We'll finally get that thing to drop back down as we go into the second half of the weekend. But that's going to be a second of two systems that comes on through. The first one, it arrives out there tomorrow, and that will bring widespread showers and thunderstorms. The second one arrives sometime on Saturday, and that one could bring a little higher threat of severe weather for South Louisiana. And that second system is also going to be the one that finally cools us down, not to below average, but finally just to more seasonable temperatures for this time of year. So let's time it out for you. Here we are in Futurecast. Early tonight, staying mostly dry out there and very mild. A few spotty showers, maybe a couple isolated thunderstorms after midnight tonight. Here we are at 2 o'clock in the morning. And as we head a little bit closer into your morning commute, the main bulk of that rainfall starts to push more into our area, at least in the Point Capee area. And I think by the morning commute here in the capital city, some of us will start to see some rainfall right around that time, especially as we go towards lunch hour. You can see the bulk of that rainfall moves a little bit further east, and then as we go into the mid-afternoon, that starts to clear our area. So I think by the evening hours, we finally start to dry things out, at least from that heavier rainfall. As we go into your Friday morning, we start things off dry, temperatures in the 60s. And as we go into the afternoon, still mostly dry. It's as we go into late Friday night and into Saturday, that's when that second round of rainfall is going to start to push on through. The severe weather threat for tomorrow, according to the Storm Prediction Center, pointing us under the marginal risk for severe storms. Again, you can see very low on our scale of our risk factor. And yes, don't worry about tomorrow a whole lot. Be paying attention, but any severe weather that does occur, if it does, will likely be short-lived and on the low end of the severe weather threat. So tonight, 66 degrees for a morning low, but the main story is going to be that rainfall moving in. Spotty stuff after midnight, and then as we go into the morning commute, the heavier rainfall will start to move on in, and that continues into the midday portion of tomorrow, 73 for afternoon high. So yes, still going to be very warm for this time of year, but the rainfall will keep us a little bit cooler than we have been the last couple of days. Mostly dry Friday, 78 for a high with a little bit of sunshine. Late Friday night into Saturday, that second system moves through. Again, Fred, those will be the widespread showers and thunderstorms. Again, both a little higher threat of seeing some severe weather. We then dried out by Sunday afternoon, mid-60s, so finally cooling it off. It looks like we'll stay in the 60s for next Monday, but then we start to warm things back up again as we go towards the middle part of our next work week.
Some of those lows are starting to resemble winter.